Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, an opposition member calling for the release of an economic report. Meanwhile, police deliver an anti-gang message to students, and Junior Achievement hosts a virtual college fair.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jared Higgs. Topping news tonight, Progressive Liberal Party Deputy Leader Chester Cooper is calling on Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis to release the full report produced by the Economic Recovery Committee. Jasmine Brown reports.
The PLP Deputy Leader called for a full disclosure of the Economic Recovery Committee's report, as he insisted it's time Bahamians know what has been recommended to get the floundering economy back on track.
So far, we haven't heard anything new in relation to the Economic Recovery Committee. We invite the Prime Minister to present the report in full to the public. We are curious.
During his national address on September 27th, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis outlined some of the recommendations presented by the Economic Recovery Committee in its long-awaited report. The ERC recommended a full revamp of the country's investment regime and the establishment of a national digital marketplace, among other things.
We are obviously supportive of anything that will help the economy to grow. We are on a bit of a cliff at the moment, and therefore anything that makes sense that can move the needle, we will be supportive of.
The ERC presented its report, which details 163 recommendations covering a range of areas to spur economic activity, to Cabinet nearly 2 weeks ago. The Prime Minister said Cabinet is currently reviewing the full report, and once complete, he will address the nation on those recommendations that the government will seek to make a priority for execution.
Given the late stage already in the presentation of the report, that the Prime Minister, upon receipt of same, still hasn't released it to the public. The Progressive Liberal Party laid its preliminary plans on April 10th, just after the first lockdown started. We're now almost 7 months into the crisis, and we still don't have the government's mitigation plan for the economy.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Thanks, Jasmine. Well, the National Tripartite Council has created a national policy for the prevention and elimination of child labour and has submitted it to the government for approval, according to Chairman Robert Farquharson.
We submitted to the government, after extensive consultation, a national child labour policy.
Farquharson says the policy was formulated thanks to a mandate set by the International Labour Organization.
We have been working with the International Labour Organization, with members in various countries in the region and South America, to implement a national child labour policy that's under review now by the government.
The ILO has noted that there is an absence of clear and specific statistics on child labour in the Bahamas. Quantitative estimates on child labour used for the rapid assessment were derived from analysis of various other national statistics. Following that protest on Wednesday by Atlantis workers who want to collect their redundancy pay, Progressive Liberal Party leader Philip Davis is calling on government to intervene and come to the aid of those workers.
Please intervene and look at what the workers are saying and come to their aid. They are our people.
Protesters marched from Sydney Portier Bridge to the House of Assembly Wednesday, demanding that Atlantis let them go and pay them severance. However, Davis said the workers should protest against the government, as it is the emergency order that is preventing them from getting their redundancy pay.
The protests ought to be directed at government, because it is the government's emergency orders that causes the suspension of payments of redundancy pay to workers. Workers are not, national insurance is not responding to the needs of workers who have been displaced. And therefore, they are frustrated of the uncertainty that the future brings for them.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Solomon Cash spoke to a group of high school students in Grand Bahama this week on the dangers of joining gangs. Cash answered students' questions and told them that there are a number of other organizations they can join that will positively impact them.
And when something is brought to our attention, we will refer you or stay in the right direction. Your Boys Brigades, your Girl Guide, your Brownies, your Red Cross, your Sunday School. What is better than these social entities? Your marching bands. Remember the marching band? Your marching bands. There's a positive impact on youth.
Principal of Jack Hayward Senior High School, Bronwen Smith, said the talk enlightened students on the recruitment strategies of gangs and informed them of what to do if they're approached. Smith added it takes a collaborative effort to ensure students stay out of trouble.
When you see areas where persons are starting to behave suspiciously or seeming to have conflicts or just not fitting quite in, then we make a referral to say, we need to talk to them. So starting with guidance, first of all, to have a look and have a talk to see what's going on. And even sometimes before it gets to guidance, some homeroom teachers have very good interactions with their students. They observe them closely. They see that something is different that's with the child. It's always good to try to find out what is it. Let me talk to them. Let's find out what's going on. And when you take the time to talk to them and they realize that you really care and you're concerned, you'll be surprised to know what they will say to you. And that is the means by which we can then approach and go to the next step.
When Our News comes back from the break, the opposition leader says marijuana issues should have been addressed. And Junior Achievement hosts a virtual college fair. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
Following recent comments by Agriculture Minister Michael Pintard, who said he is pushing for Cabinet to allow for the production of hemp and CBD in the Bahamas, Opposition Leader Philip Davis said government should have already addressed the matter of expunging the records of persons charged with possession of small amounts of marijuana, as well as the decriminalization of marijuana.
The time has long passed for us to address this issue of the legalization of marijuana and expunging the records of persons who would have had a record for small amounts. That would be something that the Progressive Liberal Party will embrace. That is something that we'll urge the government to do as quickly as possible, that they ought to, by now, live up to their promise to that segment of our demographics.
Back in January, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis threw his support behind releasing persons jailed for possession of small amounts of marijuana. He added that cannabis reform laws were on the horizon. However, months later, nothing has materialized. Davis said the marijuana industry could be a significant contributor to the country's gross domestic product and could also boost the economy. He noted, though, that it must be properly regulated.
We recognize that the marijuana industry could yield a significant contribution to our GDP, and we will welcome that. It's just that we have to ensure that it's properly regulated, and the legalization of it in our administration would be properly regulated to ensure that there are no abuses and no ill consequences from its implementation.
Junior Achievement is hosting its annual college fair online. The program Scholarship and College Readiness Coordinator Erica Morris explained how interested students and parents can participate in their nightly Zoom sessions.
Every night from starting on Tuesday, we would have 3 colleges a night starting from 5 to 8 p.m. We are asking that everybody goes to the Junior Achievement website, which is www.jabahamas.org. For the remaining schools, we would like for you to go in and register for each of the schools. You will get a confirmation of your registration to the approved email address that you put in your registration. and each school has 1 hour to present.
The virtual fair started last week but continues with a full slate of events this week. Dozens of schools are lined up to present. Morris says she thinks young people should be encouraged to go abroad to study despite these challenging times.
I don't want a lot of people to think that, oh, because of the pandemic, there's no opportunities for me to go to school. Each one of these schools that are represented here for the last week, each one of them are offering some sort of scholarships. And ironically, during this time, times like these, when you're having economic crisis, for some reason, more people tend to go off to school. They look at this as an opportunity, as a reset for their lives and to better their lives.
Coming up when Our News returns, Grand Bahama teachers following protocol. Meanwhile, Baytown residents react to the tightened measures.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
Welcome back. Since opening for face-to-face instruction this week, Bahamas Union of Teachers Area Vice President Quinton LaRota said teachers in Grand Bahama have been following the safety protocols. Of course, that should have been last week. Now, LaRota said the union has worked extensively to ensure teachers know what those safety protocols are.
I've reminded them that the chances of getting COVID is less from the students and more from their colleagues. And so it's important to practice the social distancing, the hand washing, and to be careful in dealing with the adults on the campus, even more so than the kids. Because as teachers, our focus tends to be our students and what they're happening and trying to protect them. And we have to realize that it's actually the adults now who are more at risk. And so it's important that all those precautions be taken.
LaRota said they work with health officials to develop those protocols, but the success of it will be up to the teachers.
It's also difficult to stop the teachers from socializing the way they used to. Some people have worked together for as much as 20 years. They come in, they hug, they find out how each other's doing, they talk at each other's faces, they shake hands. So all of that now we're going to look at and then put in our evaluation to see if any mistakes are made and then what could be done. But I think the key to it, Ministry of Education, Bahamas Union of Teachers, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environmental Health, working together to try to coordinate and try to make this as successful as possible in these challenging times.
Residents of Baytown have mixed reactions to the stricter measures implemented to fight the coronavirus. These residents think lockdowns are working.
Hours, I stopped keeping long night. You see, because from 3, 4 o'clock in the midnight I am home. I'm going to come back out work. I didn't used to stay home. Very agree to put peace in, and the Lord in it. I agree with you there.
You agree with that?
Yeah, in a way, to put this, because if you leave it, I guess I didn't get worse.
We take nothing for granted. Don't care how small it is. It means nothing to me, but to another child or another house, it's very important, especially the masks and the sanitizing and all the other stuff that we need to help prevent the spread of the virus. So every little is a help.
However, others express frustration with the measures and other issues in their community.
There's a whole lot of things that matter in our community that we ain't addressing. The lockdown is just one thing. We have so many other things that we need to look into. We have a problem with our children. We have a problem with our schooling. We have a problem with our community. We have a problem with our crime. We have a problem with our education. We have a problem with our immigration. We have a problem.
And that's a look at news. Stay tuned. Sports is up next.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. all day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
And in sports, a major win for NBA champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. Marcellus Hall has that.
Well, you can certainly hang another banner in the rafters for the Los Angeles Lakers. They close out the Miami Heat in grand fashion, wrapping up the NBA Finals 4-2. Let's take a look at those highlights and much more. The NBA Finals coming to a close last night with the LA Lakers claiming their 17th championship in franchise history. They beat the Miami Heat 106-93. Winning the best-of-7 series 4-2. Lakers dominating the closeout game, leading by as many as 32 points. On the way to a comfortable victory, LeBron James named the championship MVP as he finished with a triple-double, 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists. Anthony Davis added 19 points, 13 rebounds, and Rajon Rondo 19 points and 4 assists off the bench. For the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo led the way with 25 points, 10 rebounds. Heat star Jimmy Butler finished with just 12. Hey, if you haven't seen it, there's a beautiful locally produced documentary now on YouTube. It tells the story of the Golden Girls and their journey to Olympic glory in 2000 at the Games in Sydney, Australia. The piece called Girls of Summer, the story of the Bahamas Golden Girls, is a pretty good one. By the way, Pauline Davis-Thompson, one of those Golden Girls, making an appearance on our own local sports show, The Locker Room, this past Friday. The NFL, to the NFL we go, where lots of action yesterday. Let's take a look now at your Sunday scoreboard. Of course, bring you up to speed on our Monday Night Football action. First thing tomorrow, we'll also take a look at some other things happening local-wise around the town in sports. Reporting for Our News, I'm Marcellus Hall.
Thank you for joining us for Our News tonight. To get Our News on the go, download the Rev Go Play app. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Jared Higgs. Have a beautiful evening, Bahamas. Stay with us. A new episode of Where in the World is Wally is up next.